Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is me. It is the OG, Stevie Stroh, listening to some great Terraria music in my headphones here. And what do I want to talk to you about? I want to talk to you about the next scheduled live CoCo Talk. And so we've been doing these CoCo Talks about once a week now for about 5 weeks. We didn't technically have a CoCo Talk per se last weekend, but we had CocoFEST, which was 48 hours of non-stop Coco-ness, and all of that was live stream. So this weekend, which is going to be this Sunday, April the 30th at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the time that I live by here in Florida, is going to be the time of that talk. So let me show you what I did. So I put together on my website, ogsteviestroh.com, a page called CocoFEST. So if you go to ogsteviestroh.com and you click on CocoFEST, I've put together some convenient links for you on things that anybody who is curious about the Color Computer or CocoFEST might want to look at. So we've got a link to the Glenside Color Computer Club. The Glenside TRS-80 Color Computer Club is the club that has been sponsoring and hosting and providing and coordinating and running the CocoFEST for the past 26 years. I've got links to the CoCo Crew podcast. CoCo Crew podcast is a delicious journey into retro computing news and information featuring the Tandy Color Computer, and they are the biggest proponent of CocoFEST. That's what got me wanting to go to CocoFEST. And so they're basically a 4-hour-long monthly infomercial for CocoFEST, TandyFest, and other vintage computing festivals around the country. So check out the CoCo Crew podcast at cococrew.org, also conveniently linked right here on my page. This would also take you to their CoCo Crew podcast Facebook page. Right, so up here, I think this is the CoCo Crew podcast Facebook page. So I've got a link to that there. What else do I have a link to? I have a link to the Facebook photo album, right, which I think is right here. This is the CocoFEST photo album that is on Facebook, and so everybody who was at CocoFEST, I've shared out this album and allowed them to contribute photos to it. So we have what we'd say is a spit ton of photos from CocoFEST, and you can see here there's a whole bunch of them. And for example, here's Rick Adams, author of Temple of Ram, our keynote speaker, wearing one of our I'm a Coconut t-shirts, which I was just delighted to see, right? So there are lots of photos here in this photo album. And the good news is that in order to see this photo album, you don't have to be a member of Facebook. You don't have to be friends with anyone on Facebook. It's a shareable album, so anybody can look at that and view the pictures. Well, what else do we have on this page here? Well, we've got a link to my little section of my YouTube channel that's all dedicated to the Color Computer. So you can see all of the previous live streams from last year's 25th annual Last Chicago CocoFest. You can see all the live streams of this year's 26th annual Last Chicago Fest, and I've got news for you. There's a lot more video content coming. I've got things I need to edit. I've got things I need to do. So there will be plenty of more videos in this playlist here as my time permits and as maybe more content is submitted. You know, so you got my Coco games, you got all that kind of stuff. So that's there. And then last but not least, we also have a link to the Color Computer Facebook group, which is one of the hotbeds of activity. And so if you're a member of Facebook, you might want to join the Color Computer Facebook group too, because this is where all of us Coco nuts hang out and talk about Coco stuff. It's just a never-ending source of people talking about projects and demos and things they're doing and showing pictures of their setups, showing things that they purchased on eBay, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it is Color Computer Facebook group. Awesome group. And all of these things are available right here by going to my website, ogsteviestroh.com. Click on the link for CocoFEST. If you need to know more about than just CocoFEST, well, guess what? Click on the TRS-80 Color Computer link, and this will take you to all kinds of different things, different communities, different archives and resources, how to get different emulators, different YouTube channels dedicated to the Coco, Curtis Boyle's list of games and information, things where you can download Coco stuff, blogs and projects and podcasts, buy, sell, trade sites, you name it. There is lots of stuff to get on the Coco. And another thing I added recently to my website at ogsteviestroh.com is a calendar of events. So when I have a scheduled plan event, I will post it to this calendar here. So you can just monitor this calendar. And because it's a Google calendar, you can actually just click on plus, add it to your own calendar. And that way it'll sync to your personal calendars and show up on your phone, all that good stuff. So for example, right here, when I click on CoCo Talk number 6, this is the CocoFEST wrap up. And it is scheduled for Sunday, April 30th from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and your times may vary. So there you have it, folks. We're having another CocoFEST this weekend, this Sunday, April 30th, 2 p.m. Eastern. These have been great. These have been unexpected. They started off very spontaneously and unplanned, and it kind of became a thing, and it's a thing I think can keep going. And it's also a thing that I am wondering, and I'm just going to throw this question out there, how many people are interested in another type of live talk show that's not necessarily geared to any one specific platform, but it's just about people who love games and people who love computers and people who just want to talk? Because I don't think there's any shortage of people who want to talk and talk to people who are talking and listening to people who are talking and listening to themselves talk about things they like talking about, and you name it. So I think there's probably an appetite in a market for people who like to talk and people who like to listen. So should I start another talk like gaming talk or computer talk or let's talk, you know, just a regular talk show that's live and you can call in on Skype and be part of the conversation. If you can't Skype, you can chat and give us answers and questions and comments and laugh at us and yell at us and throw tomatoes at us, things like that. I think there might be an interest for this, and I'd love to know who else is interested in other future live talk shows that include audio, video, and live chat. It's a very cool interactive real-time medium. I'm starting to like it a lot. So give me your thoughts on that, and hopefully I'll see you this Sunday at the next CoCo Talk, where we will be talking about CocoFEST and the CocoFEST wrap-up show. We'll see you all then. Peace out, keep on gaming, and long live the Coco, everybody. Bye-bye now.